All right. Welcome anyone that's joining in on today's live art stream. Today is April 20th, 2022. And on today's episode of my Christmas drawing, I'm going to be drawing an item that I bought for my grandmother in the late 90s. So it was probably around 1997 or so, probably 1997. I got a job. I walked out into the garden department. All the Christmas stuff was set up, and I see this item just sitting there, gleaming, just a shine of light shining down on it, and I knew that I had to buy it for my grandmother. So I made the purchase, and she had it up until she died. Went out every Christmas Eve at her house. Then after she passed away, I acquired it. So I'm going to bring up the item here. Let me switch the camera on here, and you know what, let me go to full camera. I'm going to show you this piece here. So this item I'm going to be drawing today, she was a big Frank Sinatra fan. So sorry the camera keeps doing a weird cutout thing here. But this little guy's name is Frankie Post. Yeah, look at that. The camera quality is great. So yeah, here, I'll bring him back here. So basically it's an animatronic little lamp post guy. I took the batteries out of him because he's been in storage now since Christmas is over. But he's the guy I'm going to be drawing today, and I'm going to kind of speed draw him. I want to see how quick I can do. Sorry, here, I get set up here. So yeah, I'm going to see how quick I could draw him here. Not that it's going to be shitty or anything. I'm going to draw him relatively quick. Then we'll pan back over and see Frankie Post in all of his glory. So yeah, when you turn him on, he obviously is a Frank Sinatra ripoff. He talks like Frank Sinatra, sings like Frank Sinatra, lights up. A little light comes out of the microphone and kind of lights up his face. It's pretty neat little guy. His eyes blink, his mouth moves. So I'm gonna just be looking over at him every once in a while here while I'm drawing him. But yeah, so that's what we're drawing today. Little Frankie Post action here. Again, not going for a speed drawing record or anything, but let's see how fast I could draw this little guy. But he was a fixture for the Christmas holidays. Like I said, until my grandmother passed away, and she had a little dog who actually recently just passed away this last week. But he was deathly afraid of this guy, so we kind of used it as a way to keep him out of a room if you needed to, because he would be afraid to go in a room if Frankie Post was sitting in there. So this piece of art goes out to dedication to my grandmother and to their little dog Jojo, who, like I said, just passed away this week. All right, so probably gonna end up shrinking some of this down just because Frankie Post is kind of large. I want to make sure he'll fit here. I had to do a little bit of surgery on Frankie Post 2 years ago. I took him apart. The arms are really flimsy plastic, so it was a what are those? A wiener dog. What are they called? A Dotson. So he was a little wiener dog named Jojo. But yeah, he was afraid of him. I don't know. If I'll bring him up back on camera again here. This is what I'm drawing today. Little Frankie Post, little animatronic Christmas guy. Poor little Jojo is deathly afraid of him. All right, he's got kind of a chiseled off squared face, so I don't know how much I want to stick to that. I guess I'll stay true to the Frankie Post thing. But yeah, I bought this in Walmart. Like I said, it was probably around 1997, something like that. It's an old Christmas thing now. You don't see too much stuff like this anymore. Everything now is just mass produced kind of garbage stuff. But yeah, this guy's got the old jaw here that's animatronic. I like animatronic stuff, especially something like this, like a Frank Sinatra knockoff type of guy. He's got some really really puffy cheeks here. Oh yeah, he is a true Christmas classic. I hear my cat crying in the background because I trapped him down here with me, so I hear my cat going nuts. So if you hear him on the microphone, he's just going crazy. Wants to go upstairs. Now, the thing I like about Frankie Post here is his eyes look like how I like to draw bags under the eyes. Let me hold on, look at this. God, this camera. Maybe it's too bright in here. That's probably what it is. Nice bags under the eyes. I mean, if it's a Frank Sinatra ripoff, I'm sure it's probably drunk. That's probably why he looks like that. But yeah, he sings a little Christmas tune. I could just hear it now. If I had batteries in it, I would play it for you guys. But again, being put away in storage. All right. So Frankie Post has a little bow here. So the surgery I did on Frankie Post. So his arms are this really thin plastic material, and over the years they just kind of snapped off. So a couple of years ago, I split them open. I was nervous that I was going to damage Frankie. I split them open and took. It was one of those things where the plastic was kind of like melted together to like seal it. So I had to break the seal, and then after I got the arm, I actually shortened up the arm because I needed it to fit in there better because it would always just break, and it was just taped, and there was like 10 pounds of sticky goo on it from being taped. I'm gonna shrink them down a little bit here and move them. So over the years, he has seen he was damaged, but now he's in working order. He's perfect. I got him cleaned up. He's the Frankie Post he always wanted to be. Don't think I'm really too worried about the base here, like the details on it, just because your main. It just made him look like he's on a 20-inch pedestal here, but that's all right. So yeah, he's got these. I don't know if they're supposed to be ribbons or what, because his bow has a, is not part of it. So I don't know. I don't know what is supposed to be the material these arms are, but this little present's just a little cardboard box, kind of feels like a decoration you get at the dollar store. So I'm surprised that has not been crushed over the years. Let's just do the other arm, which is holding the microphone, which seems for some reason like it's a longer arm. And he's got a little microphone that says Noel. Kind of reminds me of like an old radio station microphone. It's got like the banner on the top of it. But the thing, it says Noel facing me, so I guess we'll do it the same way, but that just means Frankie's is looking into this thing backwards. All right, then he's got another big present down here on the base. It's a taller present. I might crushed box. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This box is not crushed though. Speaking of crushed boxes, these are in mint condition boxes. Then he's got some garland around the bottom here. I'll do that with the brush. I'm just gonna kind of pencil it in. Then the microphone has a cord which just kind of actually it goes through here for some weird reason. I guess just to keep it from flopping around. All right, so I think that's gonna be our basic. I guess I should draw the sensor there. That's a sensor that senses motion. So when I have Frankie Post for my Christmas holiday, I put them out. I don't keep them turned on. I just because every time you walk by them, it'll go off. The cats walk by it, goes off. Kind of drives you nuts after a while. So I think we're good with the sketch there. So now we're gonna go to the ink layer, and we're gonna ink in some Frankie Post here. I think I'll start with his face. probably do that one brush for the garland and for his hat. But yeah, Frankie Post. I really miss Christmas decorations like this. I really have not seen anything good. Actually, I just got a weird. I just saw like here. I'll draw something real quick. I just saw like this, and I saw this, and I was just thinking of a Simpsons character for some reason. Kind of reminded me of maybe the way Bart would be. I don't know. All right. Sometimes a little thing like that will just pop into my head as I'm drawing. You see something that I didn't see before. All right, I think I figured out what happens here with that eraser thing. I just hold down on the screen a little too long. He's got his pearly whites in there. All right. So again, I don't know why he's got these big things under his eyes, but I'm putting them there. I mean, I would do it anyway, I guess. Then his eyeballs. That's kind of weird looking, but every time I see like an eyelid like that, I'm reminded of like the old cartoons where they would draw drunk and they always have the purple eyelids or the pink nose or something like that. So it's kind of fitting, I guess. All right, now most of that should be covered up with the bow. Now, when I set Frankie Post down over there, he had a different angle. Now I'm looking at him differently, so my drawing's not really matching up to what I have here, but you'll get the point. Got this bow. I'm not sure what's going to be taken up here by the microphone, so let me draw that real quick. I guess this is kind of an abbreviated version of Frankie Post. Nothing too fancy. All right, now I'll do the microphone cord later. Draw the little spot there where it goes through. And plus, Frankie Post is it's like takes like a C battery or something big. So even if I wanted to utilize them right here, I probably don't even have the batteries for them. Most of that will be covered with the garland, so I'm going to leave it. I bumped the button there. The company that made this thing was like Telco or something like that. I think the box said. I still have the box that he comes in. That also sounded dirty. All right. Now we'll go with the... I guess I don't need to do that part. All right, so that's that part. I'm going to erase the sketch layer. Like I said, that part's going to be covered up there by garland on the bottom. All right, so now we'll reference this layer and then we'll start doing some color. I think I'm going to start with the lamp itself. He's like a dark green. I don't think anything's going to be able to be drop filled here, so I'm going to just try it out. Yeah, I got some of it. Obviously, his face I'm going to have to color in. That didn't work. What am I on here? Oh, I made a mistake. On the wrong layer, so I have to erase it, redo that color again. There we go. All right, now we're back in business. Let's see here. That worked. I could probably do some of these. All right, I'll do this. I don't mind being on outside of the lines on this guy. I'm fine with that. When I do the next color, I'll just color back over that green. All right, so I think that's all the green on him, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like it. Now we're going to switch it over to red. We'll do the Santa hat while we're right here. This part I could fill. This part I'll color quick. And we'll see if I could fill in any of this bow while I'm right here. His arms are red as well. There's a lot of red on this guy, actually. All right, the microphone is gray. And this part's gray as well. I'll fill it in. And the letters actually are green. So I'll just go in here and that's a little too big. I'll just write behind it. All right, the center of the microphone was yellow. The presents are gold. I don't really know how to do gold too much, so we're just going to stick with a darker yellow. I guess I should look and see if there's like a brush that's kind of like shimmery, because that would be kind of cool to have something actually look metallic. I'm sure there's something. All right, we'll hand draw this. It's going to be sloppy. I got to go back to the red and fill in some of that and that one. All right, onto Frankie's face. So old blue eyes here. Obviously, he's got some blue eyes, so we're going to do those. Then his dark gray eyelids on the actual piece. So I guess I'll do the same thing. I was kind of thinking maybe going with a more purple, but we'll do gray. We'll stick to what he is. Then he is a light gray. That's not going to work. A light gray for in here. But what I want to do is I'm going to probably do the bags under his eyes a little bit differently. All right, so this is coming along nicely. I like old Frankie here. Drop that in there. I'm going to do really dark on the sides of the teeth. That way the teeth stand out. Back to that gray. We'll do the lighter one for the side here. And let me see. Let's go back to the green for underneath his mouth. Some of this stuff's supposed to probably be green, but we'll fill it in a little bit there. All right. Now we're going to go to a darker color because of the base down here. But again, I don't like doing stuff completely black when it's outlined like that because you won't be able to see it. So we're just going to stick with gray. And we'll do this gray as well. And then the wreath that's around here is going to fill in the majority of it. Okay, now let's do something with the background because once I do the lighting around or the stuff on the hat and the wreath, it's gonna be a little bit harder. So let's go to background color. Makes me realize that I forgot to fill in his eyes, but I'll do that in a second. So Frankie's probably gonna go with I don't know, let's do a lighter purple. That seems to complement it all right. So then we're gonna go back to the color layer and all these pieces that are purple, we're gonna turn them back white. The parts that are on his skin, I'm not worried about that. Skin on his lamppost, if you will. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so now while we're on white, we're gonna go to the holiday brush. We'll go to fur lining. Then we're gonna do the part around his hat. I'm gonna bring the opacity up. I had that a little light there. Make it look like Santa's hat. We'll do a I think I want to do this one on the reference layer just because I want it to cover the tip here that I made. So we'll do that. Guess I should put it on the top of those couple things while I'm right here. And then we'll go down here and do the wreath. So that's going to be green, but I don't want to use that brush for it. What I'm going to use is the, let me see what it was called. I think it was sawgrass or something like that, if I could find it. Textures. I don't remember where that brush is. That's the one I want to use, though, I think. Artistic? Organic, probably. That makes sense. So there it is. Swordgrass. We'll see what looks better, swordgrass or wildgrass. So again, the wreath comes all the way around this. We'll use this one. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. So this wreath is going, that's a little too crazy there. Come on. All right, that'll work. Let's go back to this layer. That'll work for that. So now on the wreath, there's a few little, what are they? Where am I here? Oh, I did this on the reference layer, so I'm gonna have to just draw these on here. A few pieces, holly berries, I guess. I don't know, and then some gold. I was erasing. Then some gold ones. So we'll swap out to a gold color. There we go. And this is actually supposed to be gold. I'm kind of all over the place because I have reference layer and the other layer I'm drawing on, but that's how we're going to keep it. So now we're going to do a shadow layer, do some shadows, and Frankie Post will be done. Where am I at here? About a half hour. That's, I guess, about my normal time. All right, so that's too dark. So with him being a lamp post, he's got like this design in him, like a Okay, this would be a bit of a shadow under here. We'll do the side of the box as a shadow. Behind his arm here, back here, bottom part of the arm. Just wherever a shadow feels right, we'll put one. Now we'll work on his head here. A little bit of, definitely some under his eyes. We got to definitely highlight his eyeball. He's got that gleam in his eye, you know? All right, back to the reference layer. We'll draw a couple of little extra lines on him here. I hear the cat in the background still crying to go upstairs. Apparently, nobody else hears him, or he'd be up there, I guess. That was the battle scar on his arm there from when I had to re-glue him. All right. I'm thinking Frankie is about done here. Let me just do his eye highlight. Just a gleam of hope in those eyes. Look at that. A little bit there. And if I had batteries in them, I'd be playing some Frankie Post for everybody right now. So let me bring him back up here one more time. If that camera wasn't so shitty and cutting out, you'd get to see Frankie Post in all of his glory. There he is. That's a little bit better look of old Blue Eyes himself. Let me spin him around here. Not like you'll be able to see anything, but just has the speaker on the back of his head. Jeez, what a guy. All right, let me sign this piece, and then I'm going to get out of here. All right, so my new way I've been signing everything. So today is 4/20/2022. And that is Frankie Post. So let me zoom in here so you could see him in all of his glory. Frankie Post. And hey, I plan on doing this every week until Christmas. So maybe come December when this guy's out and his batteries are in, I'll bring him on for a special little visit back to the show here. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, check out my YouTube channel. I'm really looking to get some subscribers over there. I need to get to 100 so I can customize my channel name. So if you don't mind spreading the word, get people over on YouTube. Follow the links in my bio. Go over there and subscribe, follow, whatever you got to do over there, and tell other people to check it out. I'd appreciate it. And make sure you check me out on Instagram and Twitter. Both of those, well, Twitter's not the same name, but Instagram is at Ague Designs, AGUEDESIGNS. All the links are in my description, in the profile, etc. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next week.